How to close the LLP? Closure of LLP. We'll see the methods, how many methods available. The first method is voluntary strike off filing form 24. That is for voluntary strike off. Another option, winding up and dissolution through legal proceedings. And third option, ROC will initiate strike off where the ROC finds that LLP is inactive for a prolonged period. For most of the inactive LLPs, Form 24 is the best option, preferred route. What is this Form 24? This is an application filed with the Register of Companies seeking removal of the name of the LLP from the register. Once the form is approved and notified, then LLP stands dissolved. Can an LLP be closed immediately after the incorporation? No. Generally, an LLP seeking voluntary strike off should not have carried on business and should satisfy the inactive conditions as prescribed under Rule 37. So, in practice, an LLP applying for Form 24 is expected to have remained inactive for at least 1 year. Is it mandatory for LLP to stop business activities before closure? Answer is yes. LLP should have ceased its business or commercial operations. An active LLP cannot normally seek strike off under Form 24. Can an LLP having assets apply for strike off? Answer is no. Before filing Form 24, all assets must be disposed of or transferred, and the statement of account should reflect nil assets and nil liabilities. Can an LLP with an outstanding liabilities can be closed? Generally no, because all the liabilities, creditor dues, statutory dues, taxes, and the obligation should be settled before applying for strike off. The registrar may seek confirmation regarding the discharge of liabilities. Another question, is partner consent required for LLP closure? Answer is yes. Consent of all the partners is a mandatory. Form 24 cannot be filed without unanimous approval of the partners. Another question, are pending ROC filings required before closure? Answer is yes. The LLP must complete overdue filings, that is Form 8 and Form 11, up to the financial year in which the business operations are ceased. Filings has to be completed. Is filing of income tax return mandatory before strike off? If the LLP carried on business, the latest income tax return acknowledgement should be attached with the Form 24. What documents are required for LLP closure? So, commonly required documents include Form 24, consent of all partners, affidavit and declaration by designated partners, and statement of account confirmed by chartered accountant, latest ITR acknowledgement, authority letter for filing an application. So next question, how the recent should the statement of accounts be? The statement of account should generally be prepared within 30 days prior to filing of Form 24. So the latest statement of accounts is required before filing Form 24 and certified by practicing chartered accountant. Can ROC reject Form 24? Yes. ROC may reject the application when if documents are incomplete and then annual filings are pending, assets liabilities are still exist, partner consent is missing, any information provided is incorrect. These are the chances. What happens after filing Form 24? ROC examine the application, initiate and examine, issues a public notice if required. Upon satisfaction, then strike off the LLP name from the register. Thereafter, LLP stands dissolved. Does partner liability ends after striking off? Not completely. If undisclosed liabilities emerge later, designated partners may still be held responsible despite dissolution of the LLP. Can an LLP be restored after the striking off? Answer is yes. In certain cases, specific cases, the restoration can be sought through an appropriate legal proceedings if justified by facts and the law. What is the biggest mistake made while closing LLP? The common mistakes: ignoring annual filings and leaving bank account active and not selling the assets or not settling the liabilities, filing Form 24 with incorrect financial information. So what is the difference between LLP strike off and winding up? See, this strike off is suitable for inactive LLPs, and this LLP winding up, this is suitable for LLPs with the liabilities and ongoing matters. And Form 24 filing, that is simple, where LLP strike off and the cost is low and faster completion. Whereas in this case, this is the LLP winding up will take a longer duration, tribunal driven process. This is tribunal driven process. This is the difference, major difference. So before closure, verify promptly that no active bank account should be there, no GST liabilities, and no income tax dues, no employee dues, no pending ROC filings, no assets and liabilities. This is what hope you are clear. Thank you.